Long ago, when wishes still held power and magic lived quietly in the shadows of the world, there was a kingdom ruled by a wise and noble king. He had many daughters, but the youngest was the most beautiful of them all. Her skin was as radiant as sunlight on fresh snow, her eyes bright as stars reflected in water. Yet for all her beauty, the young princess was proud and somewhat spoiled, for she had never known hardship nor been denied her desires. Near the king's castle stood a great dark forest, and within that forest was an old lime tree. Beneath the tree lay a cool spring, deep and clear as crystal. On warm afternoons, the princess would wander there alone to escape the formality of the court. She brought with her a golden ball, her most treasured toy. She would toss it high into the air and catch it again, laughing as it sparkled in the sunlight. One day, as she played beside the spring, she threw the golden ball higher than ever before, but instead of falling neatly into her hands, it slipped through her fingers, bounced once upon the moss, and rolled straight into the deep water. But the princess gasped. She ran to the edge and peered down. The spring was so deep that she could not see the bottom. The golden ball had vanished. Overcome with grief, she began to weep. As her tears fell into the water, she suddenly heard a voice.
Why do you cry so bitterly, princess?
Oh, it is only you! I am crying because my golden ball has fallen into the spring.
I can help you, but what will you give me in return?
I will give you my pearls and jewels, even my golden crown.
I do not care for your jewels or your crown, but if you will love me and let me be your companion, if I may sit beside you at your table, eat from your golden plate, drink from your cup, and sleep in your bed, then I will bring your ball back to you.
The princess recoiled. She could hardly imagine such a thing, but she wanted her golden ball more than anything.
This silly frog wants to sit beside me. He belongs in the water with the other frogs.
Yes, yes, I promise you anything. Just bring me my ball.
At once, the frog dove into the water. Moments later, he returned, pushing the golden ball before him. The princess seized it with delight. Without another word, she ran back toward the castle.
Wait! Take me with you, promised!
But the princess did not turn back. She believed a frog could never leave the water.
My dear daughters, dinner is ready. Let us dine together.
The next evening, as the royal family sat at supper, there came a knock at the castle door. The king commanded a servant to answer it. When the door opened, there sat the frog.
What? Tell the youngest princess that I am here.
The princess turned pale when she saw him hopping into the hall.
What is the meaning of this?
Yesterday, your daughter promised that if I retrieved her golden ball from the spring,
I might sit beside her at table and share her plate and cup.
The king looked at his daughter sternly. The princess lowered her head.
is this true?
Yes.
Then you must keep your promise. What one has promised, one must honor.
I understand, Father.
Reluctantly, the princess allowed the frog to sit beside her. She lifted him onto her chair, though she did so with visible disgust.
I am tired. Take me to your chamber. I will sleep in your bed.
You dream! I will not!
You promised him.
Tears of frustration filled her eyes as she carried the frog upstairs. She placed him in a corner of the room.
There. You may sleep on the floor.
I am tired from the journey. Lift me onto your bed.
In anger, she seized the frog and threw him against the wall with all her strength.
Now you will be quiet, you horrid frog!
But instead of hearing a dull thud, she heard something else. In his place stood a handsome young prince, dressed in fine garments, with kind and sorrowful eyes.
Princess, you have freed me. Do not be afraid. I was once a prince, born to a noble house, but a wicked witch cast a cruel enchantment upon me.
A witch, you mean? You truly were the frog?
Yes, by her spell. I was doomed to dwell in the cold waters of the spring. Wearing that humble and loathsome form, I could not free myself, nor could any sword or spell break the curse.
Then how was it undone?
The witch declared that only when a princess, of her own will, kept her promise and accepted me as her companion, sharing her table and her company, would the enchantment be broken.
And I tried to turn away from my word.
Yet in the end, you did not forsake your duty. Though your heart was troubled, you fulfilled what you had promised, and so the spell has lost its power.
The prince forgave her harshness, and by morning the king welcomed him warmly. When he heard the prince's story, he agreed to let the young man take his daughter to his own kingdom. A magnificent carriage arrived, drawn by 8 white horses adorned with golden plumes. Behind it stood faithful Henry, the prince's loyal servant. Years before, when his master had been transformed into a frog, Henry's heart had been so heavy with sorrow that he had bound it with 3 iron bands to keep it from breaking. As the carriage carried the prince and princess away, a loud cracking sound echoed through the air. The princess grew frightened.
What was that?
It is faithful, Henry. The bands around his heart are breaking, for his joy at my freedom is so great.
And so, the princess traveled to a new kingdom not merely as a beautiful maiden, but as one who had learned that promises must be kept, and that true worth is not measured by outward appearance. For sometimes, beneath the humblest form, there lies a prince. And in a world where magic still lingers quietly in hidden places, a single promise can change everything.